man tenga como mi nia praga trepa. Hey! Hello, 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 hello.
Choplo ya limie, ye pa ku kwebo. Choplo ya limie, ye pa ku kwebo. Tabla kapae, kapaku taito. Tabla kapae, kapaku taito. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Ne program moment tenga como mi nia praga trepa. Hey!
Hello, 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 hello. How are you there? How is your day doing? Okay, guys, I'm not going to take too long. And this is Munel Kishen, aka the General. As usual, I come on when I have the time. So, we, I want to share something with you guys. You know, what I'm going to say here is going to some of the members from ANC, some of the supporters of Mr. Cummings. But I just want to say this to you guys before I even start to call names. People think that because Mr. Cummings looking for a vote, because they're looking for, or because he want a vote and he want for people to vote for him, so we should not attack anyone who attack us. You know, I posted something today concerning Darius Dillon. I said that Darius Dillon pretend to be a good guy, but I think he crossed the line. Maybe he won for Martin Cooler to write his book, because whatever Martin Cooler says, we believe it. Frederick Moore, a supporter of Mr. Cummings, said, "Oh, we need to concentrate on Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings need vote from all the other political parties and whatsoever." Frederick, don't you know that Darius Dillon and others are trying to bring Mr. Cummings down? Don't you know that Darius Dillon is underneath the whole CPP framework and whatsoever? What you need to look for in politics is the 51 plus 1. You're not going to get everybody. It reached to the place where if someone tried to backstab you, you better protect yourself. I'm not insulting nobody, and nobody going to tell me how to run my show or make my or speak my mind. I will speak my mind according to the way I want to. As much as I want for people to vote for Mr. Cummings, I'm not going to sit there and give people a free ride. The people that are supporting Dillon, they will not support Mr. Cummings. The ones that who supporting Mr. Bwaka, you can go up and come down. They will not support. If they're going to support Mr. Cummings, if Dillon agree to support Mr. Cummings, they will follow. If Dillon do not agree, if Dillon want to stay on the other side, his his supporters that believe in him, that have one mind, they will follow him. So let us stop playing that kind of nonsense game. Let us stop playing a game. This is an election. We need to stop acting as if we are the most sincere and we are the one because we want something. So when they slap you, you turn the other face, they slap you this way. It don't work that way. So Frederick Mo, Achimo, Frederick, I understand where you're coming from, but I am not going to play no Mr. Nice Guy to nobody. It is my right to criticize Darius Dillon. I supported Darius Dillon with my hard-earned money. And Darius Dillon is a disappointment. I don't give a damn about it, whether he can support Mr. Cummings tomorrow or don't support Mr. Cummings. As far as I'm concerned, I, Munel Kishan, will never ever support Darius Dillon in my life. Yes. Then I will tell you, no decision is right. They said that you can take the cow to the river, you can't force the cow to drink. Darius Dillon has shown himself to a lot of people who supported him financially, from his campaign, from his campaign chairman in America, Imaya Yato, and others. He have unfriend. There are a lot of people. I myself that don't have unfriend me, unless I go and look at his stuff. He unfriend me. He never blocked me, but he unfriend me. So that one thing I know too. So he had done it to a lot of people. So if Martin Cooler, who were very close to Dillon, and what I posted, I said you want for Martin Cooler to write your story, your book, because if you will go and try to damage a young man, and I listen to him, This man said, when I resigned, I've never looked into this account. Eh? It was intentional. You got 3 staffers that resigned, but you only reported 2. And then you make them to the controller reports to Yombly office. You know what I'm saying? So let us stop fooling around. And I enjoy the way Keith asked the question on our show. You know, I just listen to it recently. But people, Liberian people, we don't really think. We are not smart people. We pretend to be smart, but we are not. When Liberians made up their mind and they say you are a rogue, they don't want to hear nothing else. All they want to know, you use the money. Listen to me. And all Keith Hassan, although I can tell Keith Hassan say he's the dumbest man on that Spoon show. But Keith Hassan answered the question the way it's supposed to be. No matter how much they put into your account, when you use it, they will tell you to pay back. If it's a direct deposit, they will go right back in there and take it out if they put it in there. And they notice that you use it, they will tell you to pay. They will not prosecute you. If you refuse to pay, they will take you to court, and the court will go after you. You know what I'm saying? Why are we so naive and why are we so wicked? This man explaining and still people cannot understand. Eh? You got 3 people, 3 staffers resign. You only reported 2. And this man said this account was only for my mortgage. My mortgage company came to me. I said, listen, I will pay. I'm not working right now. The man said that he had never been to that account. The first time he get to know that money was in this account when they posted it. When Darius Dillon posted 7 hours after on the internet, he received the letter. Eh? Then when the bank noticed that the money was there, the bank made 6 transactions in the same day. In the same day, one day. So they use the money. And if you got debt to pay, anybody put money into your account, the bank will take it out. This man showing proof. He's showing a bank statement. He said, look, and Timberlake George, you can do this. You can do this. You guys need to look, you guys, I don't understand. You're asking this man. The man said, no, no, no. The man said, if money were in there, what may you think I won't tell my mortgage people to pay? But the mortgage people came to me that you default on your loans. You need to pay, you need to pay. So the question here, when was the money deposited? Eh? So by the time that money went into the account, that when the bank get to know. So it's some dirty deeds that Darius Dillon were playing. But Frederick say we should not attack Darius Dillon. We should not say anything about any people. We should just sit our butt on on Facebook and just only talk about Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Cummings. Why these guys are dirty and trying to damage Mr. Cummings too. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You're who the ANC people. You're who the Mr. Cummings supporter. If you're not serious with the thing here, leave the Facebook business. Leave it. Sit on the side. Don't tell me, oh, there is nothing that I need to know about. Nobody can tell me about Liberian politics. The supporters, the ones that who supposed to leave Darius, they don't have left in already like us. I don't have money. I'm a struggling man. But Imaya Yato is my witness. I contributed $500 to Darius campaign. But we left. The good ones that are supposed to leave Waka have gone on already. The one who's supposed to leave Europe, they're gone. The people supposed to leave Georgia, they are out already. The ones that are there, don't force it. They will only come back to you if the leader follow. If tomorrow Darius Dillon decide that he will support Mr. Cummings, Let me tell you something. I will take his support, but the fact of the matter, I will never, ever, ever listen to Darius Dillon or to trust Darius Dillon. In election, they will make up their mind. They will make up their mind if they want to support Mr. Cummings. So I need to play no Mr. Nice Guy because the Darius Dillon supporter. That nonsense, just stop it. Just stop it. That's the same thing we've been doing, and today we into a mess. They say, Mr. Nice Guy, we refuse to explain. Oh, you just let it go. You let it go. You shouldn't say this. We're not attacking nobody. On national issue, I will speak on the national issue. When it comes to the public issue, I will speak about it. At the same time, I will campaign for Mr. Cummings. We all know what they did to Kula, Martin Kula, because they know that Martin Kula supported Mr. Cummings. He knows because he and Martin Kula fell off based on differences. Martin Kula knows that he knows Dillon lied to him. That's a long story, but he will explain the story one day. So when you continue to go after a young man because you think you're senator and you can go after him and damage him and people all around and the people who speaking, they are supporters of Mr. Dillon. They are supporters of Mr. Dillon. You know what I'm saying? So, Frederick, I understand you support Mr. Cummings. The other day you came on the show, I saw your comment. Oh, you need to just concentrate on Mr. Cummings and forget about other people. Some of you guys want to play the double game. You don't want for people to, you're trying to be Mr. Nice Guy. I am not all for that. I do not pretend. If I'm not supporting you, I'm not supporting you. I do not insult people on my show. I do not go after people in a negative way. I speak the truth, and to you, the truth will not be good. Other people take 1 hour tarnishing Mr. Cummings' name. They took 1 hour, they will stay on the show for 1 hour, 20 minutes. Henry Costa will stay for 1 hour, 20 minutes talking about Mr. Cummings giving lies upon lies. Oh, so we should just come there and speak about Mr. Cummings' goodness and allow them to speak lies, and we don't attack them? No. And let's see. If you are a talk show host, if you are a politician and you got a show, I will go after you. I do not go after D Flow. I do not go after Francis Doe. I don't go after whosoever. But the ones then who has an ambition, who got an ambition, they want to run for something. They're looking for a job. The George Lobo, the Henry Costa, the Kevin and Stevie Johnson, they come on the show and they say something negative and they continue to insult. The George Wallace, if they go and insult Mr. Cummings, we will go after them because these are the ones that are looking for jobs. These are the people who want something. I don't just go after people. I'm not going to waste my time even to go argue to talk about Obe. No. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a politician, like Henry Costa is a politician, he is a politician. He wants to run for something. He has said it over and over. So we will call him out. Darius didn't get a show. He got a show that he run. He's a senator. When he lied, we will call him out. It is my right as a Liberian citizen to call any senator, any representative, whether you from Maryland, you from Sano, you from whatsoever. If I have any information on you, I can speak about it. Not because Mr. Cummings looking for support and looking for votes, so when they do something wrong, we shouldn't speak. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. Please, and Achimo Frederick, please. I saw your post, and I don't think it's right. But everybody has their views, and I will say today, Martin Kula did nothing wrong. But some other people, anybody who go against what I'm saying on my view, I know you are hater one, you are opposition. That means you're not supporting what I support. That's your business. But I know what I support. And when I read the comments, I got more people who agree. We live in America. We live in America. If you're working with a company and you have a direct deposit, that company can go into your, they can put money in, and if they mistaken it over, they can put more and go back the next day and take it out. It happened to me. I was overpaid. I saw the check. I saw my account and 12 o'clock in the night on Thursday. The next day, I didn't pay attention. Friday, I noticed that they took the money out and they put the exact money back. Our money were put into my account, direct deposit, and I use it. In fact, it took over a week. It was, in fact, it was more than a month. How much was the extra money? It was $300. $300. They deducted it and they explained to me why they're taking this money out, and they sent me a statement that I was overpaid. After months, they took it out. If I was not working with them, if I'm not working with you, and you put money into my account, one, the employer is wrong, that their mistake. That is why they don't charge you, because they made a mistake and they can take it back. You know what I'm saying? But if my employer, my former employer, go and send a direct deposit into my account, and I don't know, I'm using my account, I'm using it. The money coming from, it came from Comcast and whatsoever. I look at the money and say, oh, but Comcast send me money. I'm not working with them again. You expect me to call Comcast, say, hello, Comcast. You send me money, but I'm not working. They will come back. I know they will come. And when they come, they will say, listen, we send money into your account before, and they will write you. If they write you, you pay it back. They got the right to take you to court if you don't want to pay it. They will not charge you. If you don't pay, then they will go after you. They don't jail you if the people credit you money and you just use it. So, my people, why are we acting like we don't know? I'm not a lawyer, but you know that very well. They got people who use a $50,000 credit card. They still moving around here. You want to take them to court, you take them to court. They don't arrest you and jail you. Eh? You don't know that it was all a game that Darius Dillon were playing to put this man's name on the account. Eh? You make a mistake. Everybody made a mistake. So you can't hold this man. You cannot. He did nothing wrong. And this man was on spoon explaining, and still you guys cannot get it. How long it take you and for Timberlane to say, man, I will tell you you wrong. No. The man answered the question. You know, he answered the question in a way that maybe they themselves they never got it. He said, if I was aware that money in my account, why would I want to sit with my loan officer to say I'm default? I'm back in my I back up in my mortgage. I was going to tell him, say, you go take the money from there. When he got to know it was late, the bank went there and did 6 transactions. Did and took all the money out in one day. When the man saw the thing, what he did, he paid back. He said, I made a mistake for my account to be open because that account was only used for my pay. And that's where they took my mortgage from. So which one that you don't understand that we supporting wrong? Eh? Two, the money is not even for Delon. That's not Delon money. That money will not go back to, and guess what? They're going to eat it. By right, the money should not be paid to no controller. No. That money came from finance ministry. That money was going to be, if I were Martin Kula, I was going to deposit that money back to where it never came from the house. Now that money that he gave them, that free money, that is where, and I will text Martin Kula, and he should make note and send it. He should send copy of that note to finance ministry or whosoever, where they're getting most of the pay coming from finance. That this money was put into my account, and I did or satisfied check to the house and this controller, because they will use that money. Is not the money. That money is not for no Darius Dillon. Until Darius Dillon can fill that space, then they will start paying his staff, his chief of staff. But for now, that money is supposed to go back to finance ministry. It's not Darius Dillon money. It's not the office money. I don't know why Martin Kula even had to pay them. I don't know why he had to take the check and give it to them. Please like the video and share the video. Why Martin Kula even had to give a check to them? Martin Kula was supposed to deposit that check to finance ministry and say, this is what I receive, and my name is not on the payroll, and I left this job, and give it back to government. Seriously. That's not, the money never came from controller, or HR from the house. That government. Every penny comes from government. So they put it right back there. If you delay to hire a chief of staff, you don't get money. You don't get the chief of staff money. It's not like before, daughter and whosoever, the staffers, the one that the senator or the representative bring, all the money can go to the representative or the senator, and they take pay right there. All of them get a pay. So some senators used to keep the money. Some senators will get that money, they don't employ nobody. But they say, oh, I get a coke, I get this. I think they can bring about 10% or so. And they got staffers already in the building that directly with and so. But all the political ones then, when they're leaving, the staffer leave with them. So the board did nothing wrong. Liberian people, let us stop being hateful. Let us stop it. We still got, look, we got a serious problem. I don't know whether Liberia will be okay, but you know what really bothers me, when some of us trying to speak out, and the people you're speaking for, you're in the same team, they call you to tell you, if I insult anyone, you got a right to call me out. But not when I'm criticizing somebody who tried to damage me, damage my camp, and then you get people in your midst who say they supporting Mr. Cummings. Frederick, I am not trying to be disrespectful, but I think you are wrong on this, and I don't like it. I do not like it. This is not how you express yourself. This is not how you express yourself, my brother. I know you guys try to play the baby man, the twin mother, that you can put your breast on back on both sides. But we yet to convince people. I will not waste my time on Joseph Boaka members. I will not waste my time on Yombly supporters. The ones that are supposed to leave Yombly have gone already. They are not supporting them already. The people that are supposed to support George Weah or Darius Dillon, they are still there. The ones that who voted for him, they're gone. They're gone already. They're out. Why you guys can be wasting your time? Oh, we need everybody in the CPP. Don't you know that the CPP is going? It's just that Mr. Boaka have not found his way yet clear. You don't know that CPP is going. The only thing we protecting on CPP is the name. Is that brand name. That's the only thing we're trying to protect. That some of us believe that they will not break it up. You can go, but the name will remain. So that is what we're fighting for. So when they leave, we will bring other people in. Maybe other people can take the leadership there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you stop coming around, then the next person will take over. You see? So they will leave up to now. So what you guys are saying? We shouldn't say nothing. Let's just continue promoting Mr. Cummings. We're supposed to be talking about primary. The VPS supposed to be on by now. Nothing. Primary supposed to be, we're supposed to be waiting for nothing. So we should sit there because we want Bwaka support or want support from Darius Dillon or whosoever. When they're doing the wrong thing, we shouldn't say nothing. Let's just shut our mouth and don't say anything. It will not work in my shoes. I don't cause nobody. I'm making the case for Mr. Cummings. At the same time, I'm letting the Liberian people know that these people are dirty people. Like Darius Dillon. He's corrupt. And anything Martin Kula says, I will believe it. Anything Martin Kula says. You know, some politicians pretend, especially the poor ones. The ones that poor. And Darius Dillon know. You see, that's how they fool us. Darius Dillon knows exactly how Liberian people think. So he gave himself, and you know, I would not apologize to anyone that supported Darius Dillon. I would never ever apologize to nobody. I'm not regretting it that I supported him. But I did it because he stayed better and we were sending that message out. And he capitalized on it. And let me say today, and I can challenge Darius Dillon now, he can never resign and run. If he come out, if they resign, since they think the framework document mess up, if that man resign, he can't win again. He can't win. If Darius Dillon resign right now today, they will not win. I'm telling you, they will not win. Yombi will not win because they don't know what they have created. They don't know what they have done to people. They don't know how they disappointed a lot of people because Darius Dillon looking at 9 years job. So Frederick say we shouldn't say nothing about Darius Dillon because we want supporter from the so-called ALP, UP, and Yombly Liberty Party. Please, Frederick, it's better for you not to speak. We all supporting Mr. Cummings. I know you're supporter of Mr. Cummings. It's better for you not to speak. I think it's no problem. Let me do my own. If Mr. Cummings want to get vexed, if you say you don't want me around ANC or support Mr. Cummings, fine. I will support Mr. Cummings. You can get rid of me, but I will still support him. And we'll speak the truth. We'll speak the truth. I'm a Liberian. As much as I'm running campaign for Mr. Cummings, I have to speak the truth. Liberians, whether you like it or not, that's your problem. And I still stand with Martin Kula. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong that will warrant. And when I hear people talking, you're taken to jail. These are the same people we talking. You say you want to change Liberia, then you're backing criminal. We backing Martin Kula. Amen, Liberian people. Sense, oh, sense. They say wisdom is not taught in school. Nobody can teach you. If you're a Christian, you better start reading the Bible to know some stuff and start reading. If you're Muslim, you better go to the Quran and pray to God for wisdom. Open your mind, read before you make a decision. Don't just speak because you think your friend's speaking. Don't just post on somebody's statement because you think you just want to be out there. Eh? Some of you guys never had direct deposit. And you know what Reddit can get to me? This money from an employer. Well, the first thing you guys supposed to look at. But why Dillon do this? Three staffers resign within 1 month. But you only wrote and removed the names out and kept it and put the other one back. Because you tried to set him up, say, don't worry, by the time he eat. They even call the bank to say, is there any way you can make sure that to show that this boy got his bank statement in his hands. Spoon TV, this man got bank statement and said, look on the bank statement. I have not done anything to this account until this bank came to me and said that, man, you got to pay this money. But until he saw it from Darius Dillon, And he went there because he know that he ain't got money. The only money that went into the account was his August pay that he never even bothered to touch. That money, they just took it out first. Eh? So that means there was no money going there. They just deposited that money late and make it look that, oh, we put 3 months salary in there, 6 months, 5 months salary in there for him. Eh? The man don't have one account. How you want the man should answer the question? You need to start asking directly about why you would do it. And to be frank, there are a lot of people in government who their names are not on payroll and they are eating it. The first thing this boy resigned, there should be a full investigation. This man resigned. Everybody aware. It was in the news. The controller at the place there aware. So even if Darius Dillon put his name, he's also they may not work here, but because they all are corrupt. Y'all thought about it? Spoon with the biggest talk show. Spoon got 3 radio stations in Liberia. Y'all want to talk about corruption? Dillon reported 2. The controller at that place, the HR at the House, the Senate, got the message that Martin Kula resigned. Martin Kula resigned. So guess what they've been doing? Now, Dillon, if Dillon don't have a chief of staff, who knows that Dillon's supposed to be receiving the money for his chief of staff? Dillon's supposed to be receiving, according to what they're trying to do, that the chief of staff money, since we don't have a chief of staff, we got special assistant, the money will be coming to me because I don't have a chief of staff. So they've been playing double games. So that's what they've been doing. Ghost check, free money. They tell you you can employ 10 person. If you bring 7, the other 3, whenever you read it, you employ, we will give it to them. But the money will not come to you. You thought about it that this is pure corruption? You need to ask Darius Dillon and ask the control of the HR why Martin Kula's name was still on the account when the controllers aware. Even if Darius Dillon don't tell you, do your due diligence and say, listen, this man is not supposed to be on the list here. This man is not supposed to be on this list. What his name was doing on the list? Eh? What his name was doing on the list? It only tells us that there are a lot of ghost names on the payroll. A lot of free money. Some of them, they don't pay. They just send the names in and they receive the checks. Senators, representatives do it. They send a name and say, okay, yes, I got this man, Peter Paul, blah, 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 blah. They put on a relative picture there. They be receiving the money and they receive the money. Some of them go to the staffers and take and cut from the staffers' money. Eh? You need to ask the question instead of talking about Martin Kula receive money that he don't work for. Martin Kula was sitting down. That Martin Kula took the money and put it in his account. If Martin Kula was going to walk to that place and receive a check and sign for the check, that's criminal. That's a criminal act. He will go to jail. In fact, they will prosecute him. But Martin Kula never went there to receive money. Now Martin Kula took a check and gave it to them. He's not supposed to give. He should not have given it to them. That money was going to go to finance ministry. Just call the chief controller at finance. Say, listen, I noticed that I received this money in my account. So I'm going to give the money back and deposit the money into government account and let it remain right there. It's not Darius Dillon money. Darius Dillon can't take him to court. Nobody can take him to court until he refused to pay. And even when they take him to court, the court will tell him to pay the money back because the money was given to you. How you acting that nobody have done it before? Eh? If somebody can't give you money, the only money that sometimes you'll be afraid when you see some strange money from someone, you say, what the money do in my account? Me, I want no trouble, yeah. I don't know who put the money there. Or you see some huge 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100, $1 million coming to your account. You get a fresh trip. But where from? It's not from your employee, your employer. It's not from your employer. Now, when you use it and you lie and say, "Oh, that's my money," and that money, they say, I won lottery. The police start investigating you. When they know that lie, then it is a crime. When you lie to the police, it is a crime. If you call the police, they won't do a damn thing. They will take that money and give it to the whatsoever. Or you call the bank, they will take the money out. Yeah. So I don't know why we like this. Your team will support corruption. Your team will support corruption. But because you guys speak with hate, when your minds are made up, nobody can change it. At the end of the day, you will not understand. Let Mr. Cummings misbehave. I pray to God every day. Let Mr. Cummings just make a mistake and see what will happen. What I would do. What I would do. You think I'm one of the people, you think I'm one of the Cummings supporter who will sit back and when Mr. Cummings doing wrong without talking? No, it will not happen with me. It will not happen. If Mr. Cummings doing anything wrong, we'll speak about it. But Mr. Cummings is not doing nothing. He's not doing nothing wrong. You are the one who going around trying to damage this man. You are so hateful. You're hateful until you go against people who just say Cummings. You just honor your post. Oh, Cummings for 2023. You will come there and cross. You're the UP, you're the Boaka supporter. Where is Mr. Boaka? So, Frederick, get ready now to tell me again. I shouldn't talk about Mr. Boaka. Where is Mr. Boaka? Mr. Boaka is what? MIA, missing in action. The whole of February, January, we didn't see Mr. Boaka. They said Mr. Boaka was going to speak yesterday. We didn't see him. Today, we didn't see him. When he doing it, Mr. Boaka will lay you down. He will lay you down big time. Every one of you, we pray for you. We pray for you every day for you to change. But you're refusing to change. We pray for you every day that you should change so Liberia will be better. But you're refusing to change. And you think that Liberians will fall for it. Liberians got two options. Stay with the present or go with the future. I can tell anybody. Liberians will vote for change. Anything that look like change, they will vote for change. JMB is not part of that change. Cummings is in our change group. Tier 1 Gonglo is in our change group. Kiase is in our change group. For Kiase, I don't worry about Kiase. I'm not overlooking Kiase, but I don't worry about Kiase. I get Kiase whole list of stuff. You're the Kiase, you listen to me. And don't try it. I live in America. So I don't worry about Kiase. Let them go. Because this election, three things that I look at in a candidate, I mean, my own candidate got it already. Honesty, integrity, empathy. He has it already. So, but the other ones, tier 1 pass it. But if tier 1 read it, I don't know. I got my candidate already. So the other people who think that they will come and play on the minds of Liberian people because they say, oh yes, the Liberian people don't want, oh yes, Mr. George, we are going to jail Mr. Cummings, the other person going to do this. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Liberians, if you don't understand by now that what the guys doing in the CPP, then you're not ready. And let us stop playing this game, my games. Oh, they lead us in CPP and I read it. No. You must be truthful to yourself. Be honest. Who caused the problem or who causing the problem? When you get the three, they say, oh, Costa said, that Mr. Cummings causing all the problem because Ure, Bwaka, and Yombly, they all on the same page. Oh, because they all on the same page. They are criminals. They are criminals. They are liars. They are the one who betrayed the Liberian people. They are the one who deny other people. Eh? They are the one who backstabbing Mr. Cummings every day. There was no teamwork. Teamwork is about respect, not about working together. The first thing you show respect. When you respect each other, when you respect the rights of the next man in a group, then you move forward. But if you can't respect the others, you think because you were there, this is not dress right dress. Leadership is not about popularity contests. If you depend on popularity contests and you don't know the job, you will fail in no time. That's what happened to George Weah. Liberian people voted for George Weah based on popularity. There was nothing that he did that would say, oh yes, he will be the one to deliver us. But because he was a celebrity, yes, he's a celebrity. And Liberian people voted for him. The young people voted for him because they love soccer. He's the man. But look where he get us today. Eh? We're sitting there, we can't even explain the story. But ANC people want to stop some of us from speaking. Oh, don't go too hard. If every one of you, and he said, the time I take to go after the person, I'm supposed to waste my energy, put my energy on Mr. Cummings. Frederick, please. I do not like it. Please. That is why I'm calling your name. I don't like it. I have the right as a Liberian citizen to speak against wrong, not because of Mr. Cummings. Not because of Mr. Cummings. Anyone who's in the public eyes, if you're a public figure, I can say anything I want to say. I'm not insulting nobody, but my post got nothing to do with supporting Mr. Cummings. Yeah. We're doing everything we do. You see the time I'm up? Nobody paid for my time. I'm doing it with passion, and I'm doing it because I want to see good Liberia. That's all. So you guys need to do the same thing. You guys need to do the same thing that we're doing. I stay out whole night. I do my own research. I call Liberia. I call this place. I'm not doing it because I want something. I started it since 2016 supporting Mr. Cummings. I've never changed, and nobody can change me. Nobody. Whether I talk to Mr. Cummings or not, my support for Mr. Cummings, I have not seen it. If it will change, it will start. Mr. Cummings will change it. Not myself. Not myself. He will change it until he say he don't want to. Until he say I'm not running. But I see nothing. I have never seen a politician in my lifetime compared to Mr. Cummings. An honest man, a man who is straight talk, the man who say I rather lose the election, but my character come first. I rather lose the election, but what is truth, I will say it. You either vote for me or not. I never heard no politician saying it. All politicians will promise you, oh, my man will take over and we'll do the one, we'll work together, we'll do the, I will give you this other job. Mr. Cummings have not promised nobody a job. And you're listening what he told the people from Liberty ALP. He always say that we do it together. You don't do it because you want something. When Liberian men say politics are interest, they don't even know what the interest is talking about. Liberian politics, when Liberian men say politics are interest are their own self. In America, in other good countries, when they say politics is interest, yes. If I'm living in the district and I'm going to support you, and I'm gonna say I'm a powerful person. We need something in the district. that will benefit everyone. We need it. But Liberians, we're not ready. We are not ready. We are afraid. We are cowards. We don't want to make our friend feel bad. No. I got friends from CDC. I got a very good close friend that we talk, Joshua Bernard. He support George Weah and he respect my views. I respect his views. I got a friend. We went to school together, Yaya Sharif. He support CDC. But when I see Yaya Sharif, he come in Prezo, we speak, we talk. It got nothing to do with politics. But some of you guys don't know. You're cussing. You're saying this. Some of you people are afraid because you don't want to spoil friendship. No, no. You think I don't want support of Mr. Cummings? You know some of the things that we take from people. Some people come in our inbox, they insult us, and we still convince them until they will give her and say, "Yeah, my man, I give her on you now." You know what I'm saying? Some of them they told all things, but they went back and thought about it and said, "Ah, my man, you said something yesterday. That truth." You know how many times people will call when we post, they will call and try to argue, but we still knock them down. We knock them down. I want to take this time to congratulate and the Jala TV, Alosha Jala. And Jala and myself have been working together for a long time. And I want to say this publicly. I decided not to let anybody know. I just breaking it up now because I was trying to do it on my own. So when you see the Jala TV that you see out there, there are a lot of things. We'll start asking you guys for help now. All the ANC people and friends. But I've been doing it for a long time, but I decided not to say anything about it. And we tried to get some equipment. He needed iPhone now because he's still not. So we're trying to expand it because election is coming. This kid would need transportation. He would need other stuff. He would need things. He will have to be on the campaign team with Mr. Cummings because y'all don't know how Jala bring the news. Some ANC people just start noticing it. You don't know where he go, how he get there. Nobody know. He will either have to and catch with somebody, or we have to look for transportation. And the telephone is this, the data, and all the things people don't know. These are some of the sacrifice. You know, Fred, what his name said, and Peel were telling me about Jala, but I didn't say nothing because I didn't want to say anything about him. He said, "Oh my man, you saw the picking here. The picking is good," but he don't know that I know Jala very well. And Mawolo, other people were talking about Jala, but they don't know that. And the Jala TV is something that been there. They don't know how Jala been traveling, Mr. Cummings. People don't know. These are some of the sacrifices that we make. And apart from Jala, I got other people in Liberia that I try my best to help just because of ASC. I'm just a struggling guy. But sometimes we need your help. Just not just to watch me. I'll tell you today, if I'm on Facebook Live, it's fine. But what I'm running right now, I'm running my software that I paid for every month because I want this thing here to go on Facebook and on YouTube, on Twitter, and whatsoever. Because other people will watch it and I can get it from there anytime. It's not free. I spend over $100 a month. I got two. I got a Swiffer that if I go out, I use it. If I'm using Facebook, if it's just Facebook, who cares? It's just your telephone, internet. But Facebook is the biggest. But we use this platform. The same thing that Spoon or whatsoever get is the same thing. The StreamYard, everybody gets StreamYard. I got StreamYard, I got Restream, and I got Surfer. So I got 3 programs that I pay for because I got to use it. Nobody gave me money for that. And they can pay for it. They won't be able to pay for it. Then I got an editing software that you see me when I'm playing all the little small video. I got to take it from there, put it on it, cut it off, and do other stuff. So sometimes we need help. But hey, When you ask, people just want to see you talking, but we the one that in danger. Jala live all the way District 17. He got to go home. You know how many people threatening Jala? People looking at him now, they insulting him, they doing things. Jala need to go home. He need to go when he will be on the Cummings hour on Joy FM. He gotta be coming from all the way Ghannasville to go home. When the program starts, 6 o'clock in the evening, how you gonna be going home? But they got other people there who on salary, they got other people there who doing things. So we sometimes need help from you guys. Seriously. We sometimes we need help. We don't ask. Let me show you something. Let another iPhone here are packaged already to send to Liberia. This is an iPhone 8 that I bought. You see the charger and everything, the name on there. I sent it to Liberia. It leaving from me on the 26th. The person I was supposed to carry forgot and the person left before I could get there. And nobody gave them. That's my own money. I got all the software, everything on it. Do you know how to use the data? When Mr. Cummings was coming from Liberia, when the Liberia, the boy who I usually send my information, also the phone fell and the car rolled over it. I went to North Carolina, my $1,300 iPad, it smashed on the floor. So we go through sacrifice. We do all these things. So I don't know how you want us to do what else again. So the little bit that we ask for, that share it or do this or whatsoever, yes, the other people will laugh. I'm not asking nobody to do it, but that's how we get it. But you think I want for Mr. Cummings to respond to me? No. But we can do it together as a team. The little one I do, you do your part, everybody do their part. We need to speak out. We need to send the message to our people. We're not going to insult nobody. We're not going to force people, but we need to sell it. Eh? If we all were ready explaining all this stuff, the whole damn thing will not going to be in court, the whole framework, because we lack the explanation. I will be honest. Some of us trying, we're not perfect. We still make mistakes when we're doing it, but we got to understand. I don't know how long it takes people to really get message or how long it takes for people to understand certain things. It's just Liberians. It's just Liberians. Liberians are difficult in understanding because we made up our mind before we go to the process. When Liberian men come into your house and you something, when I see money, the wife will cussing and this, and by the time they reach, they start cussing you first. They don't know how to ask questions. Oh, Mr. Kishan, it is true, this, but they will deal with you first before they get to come to themselves. And then they late. Liberians, I don't know if we're ready for change. I don't know. It's hard. The system is fighting. The system is fighting. If you don't believe, you know what I like about us? The things that will damage me, the things I will run from and speak against. When it's not against me anymore, then I speak in favor of it. I put myself there because you know what? The majority of the people do that. So I will add myself with them to be in sympathy. But I will tell you today, whatever bad, if it's on this side, it's bad. On this side, it will be bad. I can tell anybody that. I can tell anybody that. So, oh, you're back wrong. Martin Kula is supposed to go to jail. He was dishonest. Dishonest? That's what you're looking at? You don't know that the controller or the HR at the Senate were dishonest too? To show that they got the power. They has the power to withdraw money, to put false name on the account, on the payroll. Because they're supposed to know that Martin Kula resigned. The HR, it was all over the news. It was all over. But because Yombly is for what? Chairman of appropriation or something, the controller report to her. That's what I heard. Eh? So they play the double game. Just keep it name on the list. Just keep it name there. and deposit the money. So what that money doing in there? What that money doing there? Then they don't last till the boy received gas. And the man said, Allah, I received nothing. Show the proof that he signed for gas slip. Because gas slip is not a direct deposit. Eh? Yeah. The laborators are always the suppressors. Yep. Because Mr. Cummings will not take mess from them. That is why they all against him. They know that Mr. Cummings will not take it from them. Mr. Cummings will not take it from them. He will not allow all this stupid corruption to go on. So tomorrow there will be another court day. I don't know if the judge will be giving a verdict tomorrow, but let us watch and see. Because this case, if you don't know that it's a political witch hunt, then you just want to be wicked. Yeah. But we're still waiting for Joseph Walker to speak out. We're still waiting for him to speak out. Yeah. We're still waiting. Okay, guys, I'm not going to take too long of your time here today. I'm coming to go to bed. Let me see the comments. A little Josh and the nonsense sometimes. Maybe Achimo Frederick will be there. Okay. Yep, we're never supporting again, Tucker. Don't trust me. Franco, you're right. Yeah, you are right. Cummings need more rapid response team. That's the fact, my brother. I will not lie to nobody. We speak the truth. When we blunder, we blunder. If we're blundering, we're blundering. The team in America, I'll be honest with y'all, the communication team in America is doing good. But the team on the ground, I don't know what they're doing. The explanation, the way they respond to things, I don't know. Everybody follow Mr. Cummings. When Mr. Cummings go to Bombing Hills, everybody behind Bombing Hills. When Mr. Cummings go to Cape Mount, everybody follow Mr. Cummings. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not criticizing them, but we need to double up our effort. We need to double up. The communication team in America, they are doing good. I will tell you, we are fighting. We're doing it. We're sending message. We're in contact with the people in Liberia. We're doing everything. We are doing excellent. And I will tell you, listen, yes, we're not on radio, but the message is resonating and it's going. Yeah. This time around, the work is there. The connection, the collaboration is there, but that this CPP thing just hold it back. You don't know which one, where to go, who's the standard bearer for CPP. So all these things will, but you see, when you're in the water, you don't worry about getting wet. Yeah. You don't worry about getting wet. You see, Joma Jala, you yourself, man. Joma Jala. So all the things, you only listen to the man. You only listen to it. No, I disagree with you. All of them are, and not every one of them. The controller or the HR and Darius Dillon are the instigator. They are the problem first. This man came on and came with a bank statement and on spoon saying that look at this account. I have never visited this account from the time I left in August. This account was nothing, no notification. My bank even came to me and said, listen, we noticed that you have not been paying, and because once you miss 2-3 months of your mortgage, they will call you. And he said, listen, I'm not working right now. And then when he got to know, when the money got into the account on the 9th, that whole day money was withdrawn from the place. If you owe the bank, Joma Jala, if you owe the bank, even a criminal cartel send you money, the bank will take it out. You know what I'm saying? The boy got the message before he get to know. When they wrote him, what he did, he paid the money back. It's a direct deposit. Why what his name was still doing on the account? What his name was doing on the payroll? It only tells us that you can work for government and they fire you and people be collecting your money. So even the controller, the man is a public figure, he's a political appointee. He went there through and a VIP, like the senators, the senator brought him. So why the state got his name? Why his name was you had three staffers, Joma Jala, they don't have three that resigned the same month. But two of them didn't get money. Oh. Two of them they take the name off the payroll. They went and send money to one person. And the man said, I never went to that account because that account was only for payroll and to pay my bills. So even my August pay, I never touched it. It went straight to my mortgage. People pay mortgage in Liberia. He said it went straight to my mortgage. From there, I don't use that account. It was for payroll purposes. I got another account that I use. Then the people came to me and said, you know, you don't pay our money yet because they know there was no money there. There was no money. And since that boy left, they were not taking pay every month. I sure they just took 2 months or 3 months or just drop it in there. And by the time they drop it in there, the bank take the money out. Eh? So when they took the money out, he never went to the bank. They took the money out. When he saw the letter from Delon, but the letter was already on Facebook, he saw it on Facebook first. And before in 7 hours, he received the letter. That's when he went to the bank to find out. And what he did, he wrote a check and paid the money back to the controller or the HR at the Capitol building, and which was wrong. I was going to send that money to finance ministry because that money is not for Delon office. That's government money. That government money. So Juma Jara, Martin Kula did nothing wrong. You use it, you pay it. They don't charge you because you blunder to put money in my account. So they will not charge nobody. Yes, they will not charge you. The only time they ask you, look, let us stop it, man. Please. You know, these are some of the things that I consider like we try to be hypocrite. We try to be a hypocrite. Why we should join them? Like you get your own man. Okay, Jara, because I know you. I don't know if you supporting Mr. Cummings or whatsoever. You got 4 leaders in the CPP. One man caused the problem, but instead of us telling the one man he caused the problem, because the 3 are friends, they say no that the other man here causing the problem because the 3 agree. Why you can't agree? You know, it's not fair. It's not fair, my brother. Jara, that one you wrong. You see? Look, you see, that's the thing. What will I expect from you? You are supporter of Darius Dillon because Darius Dillon supporting Boaka, so you will support Darius. Oh no, he only paid because he was caught. He only paid because he was caught. Shame on you. Shame on you. Okay. You acting general Liberian banking system is like the American banking system. You get notification. Let me tell you today, they put money in your account from your job and you use it, they will not do a damn thing to you. You will pay the money back. You will not do a damn thing to you. But anyway, I'm not here to. I will just show your post, but I'm here to come. I'm not here to talk to you on that note. Yeah, man. It's late. I'm still up. That's the fact. Jumaja, sorry, where do you live? Because in the West, if you put money in anybody's account and it is used, there is no case in that. If you go to court, the card holder. That's it. I don't know. They just want to be because they're not supporting. And I got it. If you supporter of Dillon and Boaka, I expect you to go against anything that will happen on the other side. So that one, I got it. So it's not nothing for us to even talk about. You can't. There's no way you talk a man like Jala. I'm not there to convince Jala. Jala man is made up already, so he can just stay there and listen. But I'm not here to convince Jala on nothing. You know, because the question I need to ask, why? It only tells us that there are a lot of people in government who receiving pay and they are not working, and then a lot of ghost names. Ghost. That money, they're going to eat it. That check they send there, they will eat it. No, but Jala, you rely you reside in Texas, but don't pretend as if you don't know what it mean, how direct deposit work. I sure you got direct deposit. They can put money in your account, they can remove money back. If they if you're not working with them anymore and they put money in your account, they will write you and tell you, say, listen, we mistakenly put this amount of money, blah, 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 and they will tell you to pay back. If you don't pay back, they can take you to court and they can prove that this money was deposited to your account on this day. And the court will authorize you, they will make you to pay that money. You will pay. If IRS even overpay you, they will write you, but they will not ask for the money. They'll tell you, say, well, when you do your taxes, we will subtract the money from there. That's what they will do. Even IRS pay you more, they will deposit it. You can ask for direct deposit. They will not say nothing. They will write you and say, we noticed that we overpay you and your tax was wrong or something. So at your next, they will tell you to bring the money back. They'll tell you, say, pay us back. But if you don't pay, when you do your taxes, they take everything out. Yeah, they don't put interest on the sale. Armstrong Colley, bye. You're not making sense. Okay, you're wasting too much time to tell people bye. You should have been sleeping by now. Nima Prince. If Cummings depending on some of us, he wasn't. But you yourself now, you on a breaking stick because you're spending your time to watch me. Yeah, you're spending your time now to watch me. You know, sometimes you guys are just so dumb. Dumb. You think you can't satisfy your ears? Eh? How can a man who's not supporting Mr. Cummings, he's supporting another person? He can't even make his own an issue. But he said if Mr. Cummings depending on some of us to take the message out there, he depending on a breaking stick or breaking on whatsoever. But tell me, who are you supporting? Then I will know who you are. When you hear somebody say Nima Prince, what the hell? You got your name, old country, my man, Nima Prince? Eh? You see, you're not making sense. But at least you watch me. You're gonna move because you're not going to listen. You're not going to get anything that you think that you're supposed to hear. You're not going to get it from out of me, my brother. You're not an independent person. You're a supporter of either Joe Barker or you're a supporter of somebody else, and you're not supporting Mr. Cummings. So there's nothing there to convince you. Nothing there for you to convince. So I'm not there to even waste my time on you. I got other people who's supposed to pay attention. Thank you. That's what the man said. The money was deposited on the 17th. Eh? So September and October, he was not set up. The truth will come out Eventually, yes, it will come up. I want to put the money in there. Mm. But why they kept his name on the payroll and they removed the other two names and they all resigned the same month? Why they removed the two names and kept Martin Kula name on the payroll? It only tells us that a lot of people in Liberia, they get a lot of ghost names and receiving money. You see, Jala, how you got in Texas? He said, he was not set up. Gun was not put to his head to use it. He should have notified the sender. Oh, shut up, man. Juma, shut up. You should notify the sender. You already got money for another bank. You got money for a bank, and money enter your account. They will use it. They will use it. They will take it off, whether you like it or not. You will make that payment back. You will make that payment back to show that Dillon aware. The man retired. The man resigned August, September, October, November, December, January. Tell me, man, 4 months. Why you kept his name on the payroll for 4 months? September, October, November, December, January. What his name was doing the payroll? What? What? Let's say it. Because we put it there so when he go and receive it, bam, then we catch him now. He been eating the money. He been eating the money. And even if you are eating the money, they will pay back. Eh? Yeah. Amen. Juma Jala. You see the one? He came on my page. He said, "You are another stupid old man that sit in America and talk nonsense. Sanama Swan, Henry Costa, but Clinton Newman. I never knew that you are very stupid. I never knew. I thought you can tell from you can tell from he wanted the Henry Costa slave. You know your man Henry Costa is a pervert, eh? I wanted the Henry Costa. He called me Sanaman Swan, or maybe that Henry Costa said, who knows? You know, some people are just naturally dull, and when they can't say nothing, the next thing they will cuss you up. You know, hey Tommy Harris, I just seen your something. Do 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 do. Okay, Clinton. I know where you're from. You're from all the way Foya. People like you that try to mess up the people from Lofa County. The Lofians are smart people. But when you see the stupid ones, they're stupid. When they're stupid, they're stupid. When they're smart, they're smart. And the only thing they pull from Lofa. When you see a smart Lofian, that's it. He's smart. Damn smart. When you see the respectful one, they respect. When they're disrespectful, that's it. Yeah. But when they are dumb from the face, you can tell they are dumb. You come on my post and you call me Sanaman Swan. That Heron Costa scapegoat. Yeah. Sanaman Swan. Mm. You know, when you see that, you can tell them, yeah, my people. Yeah. Look, you can convince and Joma. Mm. JNB, the best presidential candidate. Join us with JNB. But I will join you. You get the wrong platform. We can join you, man. And Shedrick, we can join you. uh, yeah, what happened in the audio? And yes. Oh, I need to reset my computer. I think that's why it's breaking up certain time. But guys, I'm coming to go to bed now. Joma, because he set up automatic payment, we all do the same in America to pay our bills. He should have canceled the automatic. And you see, I tell you, I say you can't get nothing from out of him. The man got that's his personal account. He's not a Jesus Christ. Yeah, yeah, the guy. Look, if you set up automatic payment account with any credit card, they will go into your account when the money is not there. They will call you and say, listen, in fact, they will tell you, say, we'll try to withdraw the money, our money, and we notice that there's no money in there. So how you going to start paying? It's up to you to pay. Why you should cancel it for? Why? You can't beat them, oh. You can't beat them. You put it so they there, you put it so they there. Yep. You know it for true, Moses. Anyway, you put it there. Are you sure of what you are saying? I don't know what you mean, my brother. You said it two times, so I don't know which one or who you talking to. You gotta make it known. If the case is a political witch hunt, as you claim, why you guys was against media being in the court to broadcast the entire case? You cannot have it both ways. Well, Juma, this been out for door people, my brother. I want you to recollect and tell me the first case in America that ever been televised in the courthouse when they ever televised case. You just won't tell me that you wanted the one who's stupid, so just forget it. Begin. You just are dumb. Yeah, he is the communication director. That's a fact. They need. He's a smart guy, very brilliant, but they need a whole team. The message is not going. They still fighting. Look, uh, the thing is that when I watch people on Facebook, some people struggle to explain things. You must have so many ways to explain it to people. But people sometimes your explanation, like when I listen to to what his name and Kula. I took it straight. I understood exactly what he was saying. But it took these guys on Spoon some time before they got the message too. But the man said, yes, I never got no alert. But when you ask the man, he said, he said, I never went to that account. But you see, that's the thing I don't like about people when you interviewing someone or you try to, you say, my man, I don't want to believe it, man. You don't got proof. How will you say you can't believe things that you ask me? When you interview a person, what the man want to say, that what he want to say. And just take from his word and ask him more. But don't say, my man, I don't believe what you're saying. I don't believe it. The banks in Liberia, you think they give a damn about you? You think I had the banks operate in America, yeah? Eh? Oh, Liberia people, I love us. I tell you, we different, man. Where Wilson? Happy belated birthday, my man. What's good, General? Tommy Harris. Damn, Tommy, you up to? I kept you going, eh? Yeah. They will go and take it from your paycheck, especially when you know you're still working with them. Yeah. Sleepy Joe. Okay. And Eugene Harris said you were talking to me. What he said. Let me go back to what he said. Okay, he said, wow. Then he said, are you sure of what you are saying? Yes, I am 100% sure what I said. Everything I say on my show, anything I say here is truth. If it's not truth, I will come back and clear the air. But everything I talk about is real. They say, who's had presidential pardon in Liberia? Mm. I know they pardoned some people in Liberia, but I don't know. I don't know. I heard that Ellen Johnson pardoned people before she left office. But if you are pardoned, because Liberia is not a federal, it's not a federal country, federal, we don't, and the entire country is under one government. It's under the president. It's not like in Nigeria or America, where in America when the president pardon you, it's only for felony. Anything that do with federal, but the president cannot pardon you if a state prosecute you or something. But in Liberia, I know they say Ellen pardon some people. So, but when they pardon you, they restore all your rights, your civil liberty, everything is restored. They can pardon you for one and say, okay, you know what, don't pay the money and this and that. But I don't know. I've not seen anybody who, but I heard that Ellen Johnson pardoned some people. So it's in the Constitution. The president can do that. Yep, the president can pardon people who had presidential power. I don't know. You can tell me, but you just asking the same question. I don't know. I don't know. But I know they said Ellen Johnson pardoned some Liberians before, but I don't know. Maybe that's some minor thing. I don't know. But hey, the president can. You see, when the president leaving office, the same thing in America. Yeah, the president can pardon people. Whether you kill your killer, the president has a right under the Constitution to do that. He can pardon you anytime, anytime, even before you even take office, before you even leave office. I mean, yeah. Okay, guys. Actually, I just came up today just to talk about tomorrow. We will talk about the case tomorrow, and guys, we'll be coming to you, and this time we're going to ask us some cash. Okay, let me play the. I want you to listen to. I played it yesterday for the benefit of people who were not on the show. I want you to listen to Senator Steve Zago. Steve Zago had an interview with Spoon, and it is raw. I only removed the parts that don't concern us because he was talking about Lofa Kante, and I only kept the one that he and Stanton was talking about, the framework document. You know, we've been saying this thing that Mo Ali was the one who took this thing around. But you see, Liberians, we ourselves are our own problems. When the document was signed for the first time before Bernard Ure turned over, the document was rejected by the Liberian people. So they decided and they brought in lawyers to revise the constitution. And when they finished, they put back the same date on it. And Mo Ali, they did it on Zoom. Mo Ali was the one who went around for the signature. But Mr. Ure lied that they gave Mr. Cummings 5 copies and Mr. Cummings was supposed to notarize them and bring it. One, you lie. Mr. Cummings has nothing to do with the document. Mr. Ure, nobody need to do it. When they finish with it, they give it back to the team. It was not no 5 copies. They lied. And they all received their copies. One end you hear Mr. Ure say, "Oh, I received mine." The next day he received nothing. You know, they lying. But I want you to listen to Steve Zago. You will get something. But he caught himself because he was getting ready to explain. But he admitted that, oh, no. Mo Ali was the one who came to me to sign. He admitted that Mo Ali went around. He even admitted there were people who hands, he can see their hands, but he can't talk. There are people who try to damage the CPP and blah, 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 blah. So he spoke honestly. So I want you to listen to Steve Zago. Listen to him. You know, where I don't know, people say that. I don't know if it's truth. Maybe they invited him. If they invite him to the church, fine. But I don't know. I heard somebody saying it that Mr. Boaka went to George Weah Church. So, but don't be surprised. It could be true. So let's listen to Steve Zago.
Ure is suing him because of forgery. Talk to us, please.
I think we're not doing well. We're not selling well, Mother May. It's unfortunate. I didn't envisage this. It's not what the forefather envisages. It's not what Broskin saw. I think it's unfortunate. We should become this far. And in my mind, too, my earnest thing is that I don't think government chief prosecutor should jump to the thing as though it's a priority. I mean, there are several priority issues. There are several cases in the docket. Why want to fast track this? I know that when there is forgery or the application, then you don't issue with the state. But as an issue that you don't make a law that is priority. Let all our junior legal partners with at the prosecution unit handle that. But when you make a law like you got something at stake, you make a law like a determination of that case. If it's not done, the sky will fall. I got a problem with that. But another thing too, I got a problem with too. I also think that the ANC did not handle Cummings well. They did not handle him well. They did not help to navigate and taking to a civil learning. Somewhere in between, there are too much of slips, leakages. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. And so I would think that we can put this behind us so that the CP can live a true meaning. There are those invisible hands, and I can see their fingerprint on it. They do not want to see the CPP. So they are paying the CPP, got different motive, different intention. So they want to, the least opportunity waiting for to disintegrate the CPP, they will go for it. And someone else flashing the true colors.
Let me ask you a question. The lawsuit said that Mr. Ure said, listen, The document you presented to NEC, I didn't sign it, or the one that I signed, you didn't submit it. You submitted something different. Did you, Senator Steve Zacko, sign on any document? Framework
Yes, I did.
document.
Oh yeah, I did
Did
sign
you
on.
did you sign on the revised version of the framework document?
Like when the revived version came in, there was there was a tussle within the Liberty Party. You remember now? But the first one I do remember. But on the second one, because of this thing, chairmanship, read my rule, hello Balu. So I had to jog my mind to be able to get a concrete answer. But but again, let me come back to there are those who, from the onset, knew that a formidable CPP would be the end of CDC. A formidable CPP would make a CDC a 110. So they infiltrated our rank and file earlier. They infiltrated it. They knew all sorts of
No. I just want to get something clear,
and I
Senator.
told you yes, one, but no, the second one. I told you yes, I
Okay.
did sign on. But the revised, we had a problem in Liberty Party now. So I don't know if I signed that or the young man who was chair at the time did sign. So we need to look at it.
Okay, so you said the first one. The first one was the original document. You signed on the original document.
So again, when you talk,
The original one, May 19th.
At some point in time, we had a COVID, eh? And
did you sign on the May 19th document?
May 19,
2020.
I would think if I was chairman, then I did.
So you did. Okay.
Yes.
And then this issue about the job clocks that CPP participant were on that issue came about. So then you guys send it back for them to revise it. Am I correct?
So at that time now, at that time, I was not in the core of the CPP ups and downs. At some point in time, you saw her, and again, like Kotu just said, somehow I was not a chair again, and it's history today, what transpired.
No, I understand. I just want to bring us to, you signed on the first document, but the revised version, you didn't sign on it. Is that what you're saying?
Like I said, I would jog my mind, but I would think most likely.
So you agree that you signed on only one document?
I'm certain that I signed on one document, but on the next one, I had to jog my mind.
The one document was it. The one document that you signed on, is that the document that Mo Ali passed around, that Mo Ali took around? Is that the same document you signed on?
I would think yes.
The one document was it. The one document that you signed on, is that the document that Mo Ali passed around, that Mo Ali took around? Is that the same document you signed on?
I would think yes.
The one document was it. The one document that you signed on, is that the document that Mo Ali passed around, that Mo Ali took around? Is that the same document you signed on?
I would think yes.
So did you see Mo Ali? Did he present any document to you?
Yeah. Mo Ali came to my house. I do remember. And I
signed. So Mo Ali went to your house and you signed a document that he presented to you.
Well, one of the documents Mo Ali brought to us, and then but the final version, we did it through Zoom. But my political leader and I were together on that, and we signed together. Yes.
So did you see Mo Ali? Did he present any document to you?
Yeah. Mo Ali came to my house. I do remember. And I signed.
So Mo Ali went to your house and you signed a document that he presented to you.
Well, one of the documents Mo Ali brought to us, and then but the final version, we did it through Zoom. But my political leader and I were together on that, and we signed together. Yes.
So did you see Mo Ali? Did he present any document to you?
Yeah. Mo Ali came to my house. I do remember. And I signed.
So Mo Ali went to your house and you signed a document that he presented to you.
Well, one of the documents Mo Ali brought to us, and then but the final version, we did it through Zoom. But my political leader and I were together on that, and we signed together. Yes.
Okay, so the one that Mo Ali took to you, can you talk to us, please? What kind of document you remember was it?
I won't be able to talk to you on the details. That'd be earnest. There have been lapse of time, so my memory may not be able to catch the details. So maybe you want to give me some time to check it up and refresh.
How many copies did you sign?
Mr. CEO, I will now cross-examine me now.
No, I'm not. No, this
Yeah,
is just a free yes or no
so,
answer if you want.
so the case to some extent is sub judice is in the court. I don't want to be specific on answers, but I can give some generality. I do remember that yes, we interacted with Moali. I do remember that there was this one that we near the sound, the political leader are, and then we had a Zoom meeting. Yes, I do remember the details. I won't be able to cross the T and cross the R.
Something came up today, and maybe if we will move away. Let me just ask you this question:
Yeah.
what came up today from the chief of staff of Mr. Cummings, Mr. Azeva Tupa? He outlined some timeline,
Okay.
and he said June 23rd, 2020, CPP and legal advisor review revised framework from legal advisor. All parties approve revision. Are you aware of this? That all the party agreed to that revision. And how did they approve it though?
Look, and let's be honest, CEO. This whole framework thing was not just done in a uniform manner. I mean, at one point in time, we'll go left. At one point in time, we'll go right. At one point in time, we will come back. At one point in time, we'll go in front. So a lot of give and take. And it was acrimonious. It was not a smooth sailing. I had it not been for maybe the maturity of those who initially handled this thing, perhaps the issue will be far bigger than this. Because when you have a political institution, everyone coming into it, everyone got their own motive, their own ambition, their own what they want. So those specific answers, please, I may not be able to provide it because the chief of office staff to the commander took his time and detail all of these things. So my hand not on that document.
You got to go back and look at your notes. So
Yeah,
correct. I do
yeah,
agree with you.
yeah.
I do agree with you. We're just trying to, because this what was outlined by the chief of office staff as a is very detailed,
Okay,
and
fine.
well, you just admitted that you signed a document, whether
Oh
it
yes,
was the original framework document or it was the revised version. You signed something as chairman for Liberty Party.
Okay, guys, I was looking at something here. So you see, you're listening to it. So if you what you take from that recordings, you know that Steve Zaga was speaking the truth, and he also talked about the ANC people that they're not fighting or to explain. We need to win public sentiment. We need to win the public code of opinion. The one that is in the court, they can go. The law will be there, will do whatsoever. But you see, when you don't speak out, the government will do whatever they want to do. Today is Mr. Cummings. So the people from the UP, they are happy. Oh, Mr. Cummings will go to jail. Mr. Cummings will do this. Mr. Cummings will do that. Henry Costa said, Mr. Cummings is a criminal. Mr. Cummings will go to jail. Mr. Cummings will go to jail. All kinds of things they say. But we stay focused. Mr. Cummings is still going around the country doing what he's supposed to do. He was in Cape Mount the other day. So we're not going to give up. We'll continue. We'll continue to speak out. And the lawyers who wrote who did the amendment, they will be summoned when our case ready. So our lawyers has the right to summon whoever. If Mr. Boaka or witness, then what? He will be cross-examined. That's it. So don't be afraid about any case. It's just a matter of time. CDC is doing everything for them to win. So we're not saying that the 2023 will be an easy ride, but we can make it an easy ride if we're serious and ready. So thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye for now. I love you all, and I love my country, Liberia. So let me play back my kapow. Let me just give my coming speech. Yeah. Ew. Tidere, 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 tidere. Da da dan dan da 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 da. Ooh. Yombly Ure JB. Alice Cummings will be president. Oh. George Weah JB Yombly. Alice Cummings will be president. Ew. Tidere, 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 tidere. Everybody will vote for Cummings. Yombly JB Connie Banana. Alice Cummings will be president. Yombly Ure or hate Cummings. Alice Cummings will be president. Ew. Tidere, 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 le. Alex Cummings will be president. Oh, you want our CD? Okay. Yep, you're right. You are 100% right. I will do that today. I will do that tonight. I will do it. Good. You listen? Mr. Mo Ali. This is what we've been saying long time. He said it on the Spoon Show. He went on radio station. Mo Ali was the one who went around and collect the document. It was only one signing sheet. They all signed and brought it, and then they notarized it, took it to NEC and registered CPP, and they had a program that was certificated and everything. And they shared their documents on WhatsApp because of the COVID. So they all had document. Every members on that team got a document. I got right now in my possession, I got the old documents that Liberian people rejected. I got the new one that was signed again on May 19. Mr. Ure admitted on May 19 we signed the framework. We got copies. But then, look, Liberians, that's the thing. That's the thing. We always don't go to the root cause. What caused this problem? Who this problem coming from? Yeah, you listen to it. Sign on Zoom. Only one, my brother. The document, because they needed a signature, he and his political leader was together when Mo Ali drove there. Then from there, Mo Ali drove to Bena Ure. He left from there. He went to Joe Boaka. From there, he brought everything, bam, and went to committee. Everybody signed. And then they took it to the committee. They admitted all these things, they said it. Call the lawyers. They don't want to call the lawyers. The best people to solve that problem are the lawyers, the people who did the work, but they don't want to call the people that did the work. They don't want to call the people that did the work. So, Liberians, this is what we're going through. Yeah. Okay, let me just play Mr. Cummings 5 watts and how. And this is Mr. Cummings' plan and his agenda. But as time goes by, is improving and improving. but we are serious. And I said you can listen to it, and then from there we'll call it shut for the night.
Kolioko, kokolioko, kokolioko, chicken they crow for day.
The oldest republic in Africa. And yet, we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep leaders with the same kinds of experiences. Change. We have to do differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it. Corruption, that's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government. Because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. we need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Chicken they crow for day.
My fellow Liberians, the State of the Republic Address is an important accountability and governance mechanism we should be undertaking truthfully. On Monday, January 24, 2022, President George Weah was not truthful when he said, and I quote, "I can state categorically and with confidence that the state of our economy is stable and growing, and that the state of our nation is peaceful and strong," unquote. Since President Weah came to power, Liberia's net economic growth is zero. The economy is still sluggish, corruption is rampant, and after promising to create 1 million jobs, unemployment remains above 80%. Youth unemployment is higher than in 2017, and the exchange rate is high, with prices for every single commodity, from food to gas to Dugafle, higher today than when President Weah came to power. Stealing, lying, promising, taking no responsibility, lying again, promising again, and continuing the stealing are the mantras of this government as doctors, nurses, teachers, civil servants, police officers, and other service men and women who keep our society together are being grossly underpaid, with some, especially teachers, having to constantly protest for their harmonized pay. Every year, high schools, colleges, and universities, though restrained by limited resources, produce thousands of young graduates, all of them hopeful of a better life, only to see their dreams and futures crushed by the lack of jobs and opportunities. President Weah's description of the state of the Liberian economy and the Republic is not only patently false, it is insensitive, offensive, and disconnected, representing an alternative reality to the worsening hardships and deteriorating plight many Liberians are living through today. The president has failed and is now hoping to deceive Liberians with even more promises, It has been reported that out of 169 promises that the president has made, he has only kept 11, which is a score of 7% or an F. Obviously, President Weah is good at making promises, but very bad at fulfilling them. My fellow citizens, our state is basically leaderless. To put it in COVID-19 terms, President Weah is in self-imposed quarantine. This likely explains why he would ridiculously declare our crime-infested streets, beaches, and urban communities to be peaceful and strong, and say to Liberians who are suffering through this every day that everything is all right. In rural communities, life is just as it has always been, if not worse, especially for women and children, with many dying in childbirth and from preventable and treatable illnesses, while still too many Liberian babies are dying before they reach their 5th birthday. We are not in a military battle, and the president may be thinking that the absence of war automatically means that Liberia is at peace. Again, the president is wrong, because peace is not just the absence of war, but the presence of security and opportunity. Streets and communities are insecure, and too many Liberians are still being denied opportunities because of their tribe, their gender, religion, and party affiliation. If it were possible, many young Liberians would gladly leave our country, the land they dearly love, in search of greener pastures. Liberia's economy is growing the slowest in the Mana River Union. Yet this government continues its wasteful spending. In a new budget, this government will spend more money on buying and servicing new cars for lawmakers than it will spend on all community colleges, all training institutions, the Monrovia Consolidated School Systems, MCSS, JFK, and Jackson F. Doe Hospital. For President Weah and his administration to be looking to spend more money to buy cars for 103 individuals and not to spend it on providing affordable health care to hundreds of thousands of Liberians seeking treatment at JFK, Redemption, Jackson F. Doe hospitals is disgraceful, irresponsible, and wicked. In 4 years, the president has borrowed over 600 million United States dollars. In 2018, the national debt was $1.039 billion. Today, the national debt is $1.69 billion United States dollars. Rather than make the future better, this government is making Liberia worse for our children and their children by piling the debt of government's wasteful spending on their heads. We welcome calls of the IMF, World Bank, and ECOWAS to curtail Liberia's massive tax waiver policy. We urge the government to follow up on its acceptance with diligent actions, because Liberia's tax waivers are being abused with the president's government granting waivers to lawmakers and his cronies. Liberia has one of the most fertile lands in Africa for agricultural production. Notwithstanding, this government has failed to make any sustainable gains and substantial investment in agriculture. For example, this year, President Weah has budgeted $0 for agriculture, for the agricultural fund. In fact, for the next 3 years, the agricultural fund will get $0. The government has turned the agricultural sector over to non-governmental organizations and donor projects, where we are yet to see economic growth due to the infusion of millions of dollars in that most critical and important sector. The office of the president even has more money in the budget than the entire Ministry of Agriculture. The office of the president has even more money in the budget than the entire Ministry of Agriculture. Until we can at least feed ourselves, we can never truly say we are an independent nation. My fellow Liberians, the Weah-led government has not just failed to manage the economy, they have also failed with issues of national security, service delivery, fighting corruption, and consolidating our democracy. Many of you do not need me to tell you that Liberia's security is weak. Our country is a transshipment point for harmful drugs and a hotbed for money laundering and human trafficking. These international crimes are hurting the image and reputation of our country. Last year, the president asked Liberians not to depend on his administration for their safety and protection, the most important duty of any president and commander-in-chief, but asked Liberians to instead install CCTV. The president has surrendered to rising crimes in our streets and communities. Lawlessness abounds, and we are essentially on our own. Drug ghettos are easily springing up in neighborhoods and communities with no effective national rehabilitation and reintegration programs for victims of drug addiction and abuse. The same is true of our prisons, which are overcrowded with young people, many of whom are first-time offenders. These young people are being imprisoned and returned to their communities after serving time without life skills. They are soon forced to return to the life of crime to survive. Under Alec Cummings' leadership, the drug trafficking in Liberia and the use of Liberia as a transshipment point for drugs will end. Additionally, we will provide rehabilitation, job training, prison reforms, and reintegration opportunities for Liberians, and will restore our country's reputation in the world by tackling and ending money laundering and human trafficking. Fellow citizens, into his 5th year, President Weah cannot credibly point to any significant improvement in the delivery of basic services to Liberian people, including in the important areas of healthcare, education, safe drinking water, sanitation, electricity, law enforcement, fire service, and infrastructure. 4 years later, for example, Liberia still has 1 doctor for every 15,000 citizens. Public clinics and hospitals, understaffed and under-equipped, are experiencing regular shortages of medicines and medical supplies as government officials, their families, and those with money can afford quality medical treatment by often traveling abroad to get it. Despite inheriting 88 megawatts of in Mount Coffee, 38 megawatts Bushra power plant, and regional projects to supply electricity to Ivory Coast, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea, or CLSG, in addition to distribution of electricity to communities funded by donors, electricity services are poor, extension and distribution to needed communities and households are frustratingly slow, and completion of the projects are delayed due to incompetence of the government to honor its share of the commitment, such as resolving resettlement action payments for those in the project affected areas. While we welcome the decision by the electricity regulator to reduce prices, that decision is meaningless without increasing access of stable electricity to most household residents. Generated electricity is sitting at substations in Buchanan, in Mount Coffee, in Yekepa, and in Mano River, none of which is being distributed because this government is unable to negotiate commercial agreements with the suppliers in the Ivory Coast. The CLSG is using Liberia to supply Sierra Leone and Guinea with no benefit to Liberia. The president and his administration do not care. Let me repeat that. The president and his administration do not care. They do not care if things are bad or getting worse. A Cummings administration will fix LEC. We will guarantee stable and reliable supply of electricity during the rainy and dry seasons, and will connect more homes, communities, and businesses to the electricity grid, not as a special privilege for a few, but a right of Liberians to the country's development. Many of you heard the president speak about the Millennium Challenge Corporation, the MCC. What you did not hear him say is that his government has repeatedly failed to meet the benchmarks of the MCC for renewal, thereby losing millions of dollars to improve access to electricity. We would have congratulated the president and his government for the roads and houses he pointed to in his address on last Monday, until it has been realized that some, if not all of these projects, are also fronts to steal state funds and launder money through numerous no-bid contracts, opaque processes, and inflated costing. For example, the Popo Beach project was first estimated at US $800,000 to build 52 bedroom units, or US $16,000 per unit. Now, the government is saying that the project would cost US $3 million to build 89 units, or US affected $3,700 per unit, almost twice the original cost per unit. The Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment, or LACE, is run by President Weah's crony, and its budget has been increased by 10 million US dollars. This is shameful. The stealing is disgraceful. A few months ago, the government spent millions on Bushrat Island Road using concrete pavement. Recently, a bid has been announced for the same road. As the bid was being announced, the project had already been given to a company owned by a CDC stalwart. The real interest is not to develop the infrastructure. It is to steal. As a result, we continue to see issues around conflict of interest, poor planning, no value for money, and low quality engineering associated with infrastructure development under President Weah. Additionally, the National Road Fund, or NRF, is being mismanaged. Considering the hardships bad roads continue to pose to the movement of people, goods, and services, it is unacceptable that the NRF continues to be abused by the government. We call for an immediate audit of the NRF. Audit now or be audited later. Do the right things now or answer for the wrongs later. My fellow citizens, our cherished democracy is under stress. Over the last 4 years, President Weah has sought to undermine the rule of law and roll back good governance practices. Political interference and executive overreach in the justice system continued, beginning with the politically motivated impeachment of Justice Kabina Janet, up to and including the political prosecution of formidable opposition leaders on trumped-up and false charges. Peaceful protests and assemblies are being tear-gassed, resulting to violence, arrest, and warning of peaceful citizens. President Weah and his administration are yet to realize that peaceful assemblies are inherent guarantees and ingredients for functional democracies, while judicial independence is indispensable to the consolidation of democracy and growth of the economy. The same is also true about corruption, which has gotten worse under President Weah. Nearly every month, a new corruption scandal is uncovered. Just before the president's address, we learned that $14 million, which was meant for rice importation subsidy, was stolen. Last month, corruption allegedly occurred at the National Elections Commission. Corruption has been in the driving seat of this presidency from the beginning, killing our country and undermining the well-being of our people. It is time for President Weah to lead by good example against corruption. Therefore, I urge him to publicly declare his assets and encourage officials of his government to do the same. Make no mistake about this. As president, I will publicly declare my assets year on year and will instruct the forensic audit of all expenditures of the current Liberian government. And wherever it is determined that those with fiduciary responsibility turn a blind eye to their duties and or facilitated the conversion of public funds to private use, such individuals will face the full weight of the law regardless of who you are. We have to get serious about stopping the stealing. My fellow Liberians, measuring success of tenures like this Weah administration does under perceived wrongs of the past is the textbook definition of flawed, visionless, and inconsequential leadership. The ANC and I will provide consequential leadership to our country, one that will take responsibility, make the required tough choices and hard decisions that may not seem pleasant, but are necessary to get the future of unity, shared prosperity, and equality in opportunity that Liberians deserve and have been denied for too long. We recognize the importance of dressing up the body of our country, building roads and sports parks. But the real changes we must also make is to clean up our nation's soul so that we never again destroy our country or pull each other down when we should be building and lifting each other up. So that no Liberian child is limited to what they can become because of their gender, tribe, or religion. When we clean our nation's soul, we ensure that no Liberian needs to feel excluded, marginalized, or denied opportunities in their own country because they are opposition or come from a different region, ethnicity, or religion. So that all of our children, boys and girls, have the best opportunity to be the best adult versions of themselves because they have access to the best quality education and can strive for excellence right here in Liberia. Cleaning the nation's soul means women will have equal say and an equal seat around the national table of decision making. And the rights and issues of women are not treated as tokens for their male counterparts' political support and campaigns, but is necessary for the sustainable development of our country, so that our communities and streets are safe and secure, and peaceful worshippers seeking the revival of their souls and a better tomorrow for themselves and their children are not rushed to death out of fear of the commission of crimes against them or the actions or inactions of an untrained police force. We should be protecting them. We clean our nation's soul so that we manage the great wealth of our nation more equitably and accountably to ensure that we are no longer considered amongst the poorest and most corrupt in the world, and that all Liberians benefit from all that Liberia is blessed to have, so that hospitals are accessible, affordable, and modernized, not just with medicines and beds, but also with the necessary equipment and technology to ensure that all Liberians have the same chance at the best possible healthcare delivery, again, right here in Liberia. Cleansing the nation's soul is a chance for our young people to study and graduate, assured that they are equally guaranteed a chance to get a job and the support and assistance they need to build their careers, raise and care for their families, and return support and assistance to the parents who sacrificed to educate them, so that some of our citizens, including the elderly, are no longer made to beg for livelihood. In the same country, many spend their lives serving, but the Liberians continue to be bystanders in the business of the growth of the economy, with unconscionable restrictions imposed on Liberian businesses and entrepreneurship. We must cleanse the soul of our nation so that our country is no longer a den of crimes and drugs and rape and sexual abuse with impunity or money laundering and human trafficking, and so that public service is actually for the good of the public and not for the illicit acquisition of overnight wealth by government officials. Finally, my fellow Liberians, the presidential and general elections scheduled for October of 2023 will mean a lot to Liberia's future. Liberians will have the chance to choose a new direction for our country. We must not become complacent, nor let ourselves get disengaged and uninvolved. As we continue to see, not only will we continue to live with the consequences of the incompetent and corrupt leadership of our country if we fail to change it, but we can all be assured that it will only get increasingly worse. After 4 years of failures, President Weah is hoping we can all forget how he and his officials prioritized getting themselves rich overnight, while they connived and deceived to keep Liberians poorer and divided. As with all failed leaderships, they are looking to make more promises, take no responsibility, and siphon public monies in pursuit of their selfish political interest. Despite our best efforts, it has to be admitted, and unfortunately, that as currently constituted, the CPP may not make it to 2023. But you, the Liberian people, collectively will make it to 2023. The CPP may have been your preferred vehicle for change, but the need to change ought to not end because the preferred vehicle broke down along the way. Only the failed leadership of President Weah will benefit if we give up on the need to change the direction of our country. We must never give up. We must never, never lose hope. Liberia, the land we love and have been blessed to own together, mismanaged and crying out for change needs all of us to stand together, educated and uneducated, Christians and Muslims, old and young, comer and country, man and woman, all of us who know our country must change and must continue to fight to deliver real change starting in 2024. Real change will not happen because of party. History shows that real change has always happened because of the people. Our children deserve real change. Liberian families of all tribes and religions deserve real change. Liberia deserves better. Liberia deserves better. God bless you. God bless our country, Liberia. I thank you.